Okay, so on this video I will be doing the E4300. It's one of those CPUs I really tried to bin like long ago, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago or so on. So this CPU should be actually very good. So the FSP range we will be running is slightly above 500 again. Overall CPU frequency below 5 GHz, like 4.8 something, because this is like a 1.8 GHz chip. Currently approaching -80, so I will use these settings to initially test the CPU. Not too high VCore at first, so 1.85 volts. And this is my backup Rex yet again. So with the better Rex I should be able to run the higher MEMS at 200 FSP, 200 straps, so that would definitely give me an advantage in 32M. But let's try with this for now. I'm sure I'm able to do some very high numbers with this as well. So -95. PLL I'm setting manually once again, so it's auto. So 1.65 PLL at the moment. I doubt I will need more than 1.8. So let's try with 65 nanometer CPUs. You generally use higher, and with 45 nanometer CPUs you use lower PLL voltage. So -105. When it's close to 120 we can save and exit. And I will start with Windows XP. So easy boot to the operating system. -125. Let's check the CPU. 4.7. Generally with 775 I like to use PyFast for initial testing, because it's actually the hardest test to pass. Harder than WPrime 32 and harder than 1M. Nope. I'll try to cool a bit more, so 130 range. 131 now, and it's scaling. So -126 failed, but now it's -133 and it's passing. I'm not sure about what's the error, so yeah, I'll try to cool a bit more. Actually top score is only 21.690, so this should be like a one attempt record. Only at 1.85 VCore. $16.72, 194, 120, 20.78. Yeah, that's already the record in PyFast, with an overhead of close to 1 second. So that's very high performance overhead. So 4680. 17 something MEMS, 664 timings. So first record in 5 minutes pretty much. And actually it seems to scale, so I'm at around like -140 something now. Let's increase. Okay, so that is the Pi Fast record with the E4300. So I figured out I'm hitting an FSP wall at around like 541 to 542, and PLL voltage doesn't help the frontside bus that much, but it helps with the temperatures a little bit, and therefore temperatures give me a little bit more frontside bus. So 19.99, almost 2 seconds faster than the previous top score. So very good result. And now let's try WPrime. Can we do it with one attempt? Not sure. I think the top score is at 4860, 4850 something. So let's try, but probably will fail. Yeah, very easy top score. Previous one 16.60, 16.6 something. This is 16.12, 218. Very easy top scores again. Let's rule the world. Yeah, 16.218. I might want to do 1024M now. Okay, so that is the WPrime 1024M record. I had to play it safe, so I actually came down like 100 megahertz in the frequency to get this, because I don't want to waste too much LN2 on this. So 543.719 previous score, 564, so I improved by 21 seconds. It's a huge improvement if you ask me. So 4750 on the E4300, like 1760 MEMS, 664, 1860 command rate 1, Rampage Extreme. So let's close this now. And now we can do F32M and 1M. Okay, so and that is the probably the most important one of them all. So SuperPi 32M record with the Core 2 Duo E4300 at 4.8 gigahertz. Almost going sub 10 minutes, so 10 minutes 2.4 seconds. Previous one was like close to 11 minutes, so I'm like 50 seconds faster than the previous one. So this is like a huge gain. And if I used my better Rampage Extreme, I could have used higher MEMS like 2100 plus. Then it would have gone way below 10 minutes. But of course I can always revisit that later. I don't have too much time because I still have stuff to test. So I will save this, and then I will move on to SuperPi 1M. Okay, that is the last one of them all, so SuperPi 1M. Very tough, probably the hardest one of these all. So 11.36 seconds, previous one 11.375. So I improved by 15 milliseconds, so very good result overall. So now we could try. The thing that limits me is the front side bus limit. So we could try. That did validate. So yeah, so 543 is the max front side bus. Doesn't matter that much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so the E4300 went really well as well, just like the two other previous chips. So this one is definitely a rank 1 capable CPU, as I was able to get all of the top scores and even the CPU-Z validation. So I improved the previous max validation by 6 MHz or so, and I found out that the best temperature for the highest possible frontside bus is actually -125, as I used to bench at around like -140. So when I did that one extra bump in frontside bus to get the max validation, all the other windows except CPU-Z closed down by itself, and I was able to press F7 on the keyboard and validate that frequency of 4897 MHz. So very good result. Pi fast, first one below 20 seconds. 1M was probably the hardest one, so 11.36 seconds. 32M can definitely go much better, and even if and especially if I use my better Rampage Extreme to get much higher memories. And yeah, WPrimes and so on. So very good result as well. But as I have other stuff to test, I didn't want to use too much LM2 with this chip. So definitely happy. E4300 is one of those CPUs I've been bidding a lot in the past years, and that's why I wanted to get the top scores with this CPU model as well. Of course, it wasn't one of the like the higher end models, but to me it had some historical value, and that's why I wanted to smash the top scores with this CPU SKU. So if you like to see these scores, then please give a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.